Good day, YouTube, or good night, good morning, and good day, depending on what day it is in your part of the world. This is Chris, back with another video for you, and today I'm going to talk about why I haven't been making any videos lately. I'm also gonna give you a little sneak preview about a game I found recently, which I'm currently in love with. Which should we start first? The game is called Naval Action. It's a sandbox MMO game. It takes place in the 16th, 17th century Caribbean. It's a great looking game, and yeah, you're a captain of your own ship. You start out with a small me and ship terms. What the fuck? I think it was called a schooner. It was a small little sailing boat with maybe 6 guns on each side. And you get to choose which nationality you want to belong to. The map, as I stated, was in the Caribbean, so you can make out Cuba, Florida, and all the little islands in between. I actually chose my own nationality, so I chose to be Sweden, and I spawned in a little town called Gustavia, which I know wasn't in that part of the world during that time, or at least I don't think there was. However, I did the foolish mistake of not doing what I'm supposed to do. Since this is an early alpha release and has been for a while, there are no guides, there are no help menus, there aren't even a background picture when you're in the menu or when you're in the when you're in town mode. So if you need help with anything, it's basically reading on the forums or watching YouTube videos. So what I did was I sailed around for like 2 days, didn't know what to do, didn't know how to level up, didn't know how to attack anything. So I watched a YouTube video where it said how to get missions, but I didn't finish the video since I'm I'm always stressed. So I didn't know I was supposed to look for the crossed swords in an open water area. All of a sudden I'm in the designated spot, I think, and there's a free trader going by, and I'm like, yeah, I can attack you. Turns out that since I didn't read the description and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, he was a free trader and he was escorted by 2 big ass ships. So my little 6 cannon, my 6 guns on each side little boat was outgunned with like each of them ships having like 12 to 16 on each side times 3. It's safe to say they wrecked me. And I spawned back in port, in the Swedish port Gustavia, but I was flagged as a pirate, so I could stay there and buy some repair kits and recrew, but after I sailed away I wasn't welcome anymore because I was now a pirate. So I had to sail to the pirate's port. Oh, I should also mention before moving on, if you look down in the right hand corner, this is something that happened to me the other day. I don't know why it happened, but it said I had a redeemable ship. Don't know if it's a bug, if it's a feature, if it's something for us alpha testers to try out, but it's the big ass boat that I'm currently sailing. What I was going to is that the bell pool, which I had before, was actually undermanned. So I had acquired enough gold by doing missions after sailing to the pirates' capital for like ages. and it was really undercrewed. I wasn't supposed to be able to buy that ship just yet. I hadn't leveled high enough, so I think the Belle Poule needed like 316 crew, and I had 100. So I couldn't sail it properly. I couldn't fire the cannons or reload the cannons fast enough. So I set out to level 2 times really fast, and I did, and I got up to 150 crew. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'm driving this or sailing this ship with 50% crew, and starting to actually make do and be sort of good at it. When this big ass ship dropped by this redeemable thing, which I don't know why I got, but this little boat requires over 800 crew members to actually sail. So being that I only have 150, I can't sail it properly. It takes forever to reload the cannons, takes like a day. So that's why I leveled an officer, and I got him to do a particular skill which makes me start out a battle with my cannons already loaded. Everything in this game is really slow, so even if I did have enough crew members to sail this ship, the cannon reload times are still a lot, and the sailing time is a lot. I don't know if you could tell before joining the battle, but I've actually sped the sailing up 200 or 300%. So just going from one town to the next town takes like 15-20 minutes depending on the weather. You have to account for the wind and everything. You can't go against the wind in this game. If you sail into the wind, you drop dead in the water and anyone can attack you. And you get fucked and they'll steal your boat and everything. So yeah, it's a really cool game for anyone who's been playing Sid Meier's Pirates, knows the basics about using balls to pierce the hull, or using chains to demast and damage the sails, or using grape shots to shoot down the crew before you start a boarding party. The game also requires you to be managing your crew and what they're doing during battle. So if you need to do repairs to your ship, let's say you have someone's penetrated your hull and you're taking in water and you need to repair that, then you need to assign people from sailing and from shooting to go do the repairs, which will have a negative impact on your sailing capabilities and your shooting. So yeah, I'm totally hooked. I can't stop playing. But it is. I have been thinking about parking this boat in my dock and just using my Belle Poule because it's so slow. It's insane. I'm hoping I can level up soon or recruit more crew members because it's insanely slow. So that's a little bit about the game. About my situation and why I haven't produced any videos is the next thing. As I think everyone knows, is that life doesn't do what we want it to do, and me and my girlfriend had been house hunting for a half a year maybe. It was actually mostly browsing, going on open houses and stuff like that, seeing what could we get, in what neighborhoods are good, what neighborhoods are bad, what does our economy allow, are we any handy, I mean, can we do renovations and stuff by ourselves. So we were basically just browsing, just hearing with some banks what did they think we could do, and etc, etc. And all of a sudden we went to an open house, and we actually fell in love with a house, and we figured that yeah, maybe we should go look at it again, see if we can make do with this one. It's a really good location. It's a smaller house, but it will do just fine for us, and it ticked maybe 80% of our boxes, which we had. You need to have fiber, you need to have good 4G connectivity. I wanted a basement, etc., etc. So it ticked a lot of boxes, not every one of them, but certainly a lot of them. And before even going on the second open house, the bidding wars began, and the house prices in Sweden at the moment, seeing how in the refugee crisis and everything, there's a shortage of homes. So the bidding war began, as we've seen so many times. It just skyrocketed away from what we could afford. So we gave up on the house. So if you fast forward a week, the real estate agent calls me and says there's been development on the house, and that people that were doing the bidding war actually didn't have the money that they were bidding with. So seeing how we spoke with the real estate agent, saying it was out of our budget, he had a pretty fair idea about what we could get in terms of financial. He said, go for it. If you come in tomorrow with this amount of money, I can guarantee you the house. So we basically just said yes immediately, without seeing it a second time. Yeah, so I've been living in this house for maybe 2 months now. Don't know if I like it yet, but it certainly offers a lot of space, and seeing how my old flat, the room that had my computer in it, also had my girlfriend's computer in it. It also doubled as a recording studio, and it doubled as a photo booth, both for her dogs and for my unboxing, photographing and videoing, and it was really tight. We could barely fit in there, and yeah, we were getting all up over each other and getting annoyed and stuff like that. So the room I'm actually sitting in recording this one is maybe 2 or 3 times as big, which is it's amazing. There's no argument here that we needed the space. But as you know, if you have a house, or if you're planning to buy a house and you've done your research, is that there's always stuff to do. So before I could come home and decide that I didn't want to do anything serious for dinner, I would just get a cup of noodles, some veggies, and I would play all evening. I would raid in World of Warcraft. I could go over my game collection and maybe find a game I haven't played in a long time, and just sit doing that for a few hours before going to watch TV before bed, and wake up, go to work, and start over. That's not the case in a house. When you get home from work and you're exhausted, there's no sit down and relax. There's a lawn to be mowed, there's a hedge to be trimmed, and garbage to be disposed of. It's insane. I wasn't prepared for it. Another thing that takes up a lot of my time is that the previous owners of the house is from the 50s, and they moved in the 80s and have basically done nothing to renew it on the inside. They've done the repairs. There's a new roof and stuff like that, but interior wise, it's still panel walls. It's built with insulation that is flammable, which you don't use these days. There's also the color choices, which I wouldn't make, like a green carpet with purple walls and orange wardrobe doors. It's just a hideous combination. There's also like 50 shades of yellow in my living room, and when a paint chip would come off from the window side, they would just paint new paint inside the little chip hole that would appear, which means there's a recessed area in the window where they just let's put some paint in there and no one will notice, where someone else like me would maybe fix the surface up in the entire window, smoothen it out, use padding to build up a new layer before actually painting, doing a lot of prep work. Like, yes, that has not been done here. So apart from doing every other chore with the house, I'm renovating and fixing up the entire upper floor, and seeing how I'm not made of money, I'm doing most of it myself, apart from the necessary stuff where you need like a professional, like electricity, like water and stuff like that. So I'm currently in the demolition phase, where I tear down the entire upper floor. It's 2 bedrooms and a toilet, and I'm hoping to be done before winter. The insulation is coming off this week, so hopefully during my vacation from work, yay, I'm actually working on the house instead. But yeah, I'm hoping to be done in winter, because I can't afford the heat just expelling through the roof and going nowhere. This is basically what I'm doing at the moment, and the reason why the video's been scarce. I'm hoping to change that. I'm hoping at least to be able to make some videos a month and put up, but I wanted to give you a heads up on what's going on and in my life, and hopefully you'll understand and stay tuned for the next video. This was it for this time. Subscribe if you want to know when the next video is coming up. You will get a notification in your YouTube flow whenever it does. And yeah, as always, have a nice day, take care, and bye bye. The GeForce GTX 980 Ti is built with what is known as the Maxwell architecture.